The sister wives. The extent of the daughter's estrangement from Kody is revealed by Janelle Brown. The bond between her daughter and her ex-husband, Kody Brown, is being revealed by Janelle Brown. The sister wives star revealed the tense and non-existent nature of the father-daughter bond between the two. She has been driven to fully distance herself from him, succeed, and start a family because of his apparent lack of engagement in her life. Even after their breakup in 2022, Janelle Brown has remained vocal about her feelings for Kody Brown and his actions throughout the years. The couple stayed together for nearly 30 years after getting married in 1993. In the most recent season of Sister Wives, additional details regarding the conflict between Kody Brown and his kids are revealed. Their daughter, Madison Brush, often known as Maddie, has been estranged from her father, and Janelle did not mince words as she spoke candidly in front of the cameras. Furthermore, she said that Maddie purposefully kept her most recent pregnancy a secret from Kody, saying in a casual manner, "He'll find out." She affirms that Maddie does not feel compelled to keep her father informed, stating that the father and daughter have not communicated for 2 or 3 years. 2Fab claims that Janelle discloses that Kody's lack of interest in Maddie and her kids' problems is the reason for the communication breakdown. She stated in a previous season's episode that Kody has not been out to see her kids since her daughter Evie was born, and Evie's 3. She went on to say that because he doesn't seem interested in getting to know her kids, Maddie isn't moved to tell him about her recent pregnancy. Last year, Maddie opened up about the reasons she and her father don't agree. She claims that Kody is extremely domineering and disregards their relationship's boundaries. He always wants others to follow his rules. Therefore, she says that not everyone deserves to be in her life. Maddie added, "I just don't care to do that," after disclosing that she receives messages urging her to appreciate and forgive her father. She replies that every person has a unique father-child bond, and that her relationship with her father is more complex than first appears. Kody firmly believes that he is not solely to blame for the fallout. He says Maddie started the no-contact limit by cutting him off on her own. Additionally, he confirms that he was not told she was expecting or giving birth. Furthermore, he claims that his elder children are punishing him for a crime he did not commit by keeping quiet about him. Given that his divorces caused some animosity, the crime is not falling deeply in love with their mothers. According to Kody, whenever he talks to his daughter Madison, she tells the rest of the family about him, according to The Blast. He is therefore dubious about mending their friendship. "The kids are all feeling very estranged from you," Janelle had previously told Kody plainly when he inquired about Maddie's decision to keep the news of her family's growth a secret. She criticized his parenting style, which The Blast alleged exacerbated the family's alienation. According to Janelle, things changed once he wed Robin, his previous wife, in 2014, and the family started to show signs of split. She disclosed that after Robin entered the scene, he gradually stopped being involved with the elder kids and became quite rigid with her. Janelle mentioned that Kody would chastise her kids for small infractions like entering Robin's refrigerator. Together with Kody and 3 other sister wives, Janelle was in a polygamous relationship. She shared her thoughts on eradicating polygamy. She asserted that the arrangement would simply disappear if it were legalized, and wives were given legitimate claims over their husbands' riches at marriage. "Just make it about the financial," she said. "Nobody will give 4 or 5 wives a portion of their estate. It simply won't take place." She insisted that this was a workable solution to the problem of multiple marriages, as opposed to imprisonment. Despite feeling that marriage was the correct choice when they first got married, Janelle says that she and her ex-husband became more distant as the years passed. But in the most recent episode of Sister Wives, Mary, one of the cast members, was shown reading through Kody's correspondence. It was from years ago, when they were married. Mary talked candidly about her time spent with her ex-husband, Kody. However, Kody pointed out that Mary required assurances. Fans chastised him for his actions after hearing him discuss Mary. Fans of Sister Wives criticized Kody for his comments on Mary on the social media site X. Furthermore, a few of the admirers praised Mary's progress over the years. They also advised her to put Kody behind her, spend more time with her friends, and move on with her life. Kody obviously has no regard for Mary. Isn't that right? A user wrote, "He still shit talks about her, Sister Wives TLC #SisterWives at TLC, and she is still the mother of his child." Kody completely dismantled Mary and ignored her for at least 10 years in an attempt to instill some sense of confidence in her. One netizen said, sister wives, TLC. The fact that Mary felt she was constantly wrong is heartbreaking. Fortunately, she is on her incredible path to self-love and self-confidence. Sister wives, a different fan commented. I despised Mary so much for all the early years, but she has evolved so much as a person the last 5 years. Another individual added, sister wives. Mary digging through her old boxes and belongings was one of the main events of the most recent Sister Wives episode. Kody used to write her notes and letters, which she discovered. She thought back to before Kody married Janelle. He used to write her letters at the time. Kody admitted to the cameras later in the Sister Wives show that Mary needed reassurances while they were together. She needed a lot of reinforcement and took the time to try to gain confidence, he observed. Mary was a self-conscious person. A significant portion of my life was devoted to attempting to establish some sort of confidence in that area. Kody Brown admitted, she's needed a lot of reassurance. Fans of the show weren't happy when Kody mentioned Mary. They chastised Kody's actions and called him out on the social media site X. Fans may watch Sister Wives Season 20, Episode 7 on TLC to learn more about the most recent episode. But Christine Brown stood by the window of her wedding suite, taking in the stunning vista as the morning sun gently spilt over Utah's red rocks. Her heart pounded rapidly, not out of fear, but out of sheer delight. Today was the day she would marry David, the guy who restored her laughter and who held her hand through both successes and tears after years of heartbreak, recovery, and self-discovery. Leaving Kody had been a lengthy journey. Christine discovered that love should make you feel alive rather than invisible. She had previously thought that love required patience, sacrifice, and stillness. Though it had begun gently, her new chapter was exploding with joy today. Her daughters, Aspen, Mykelti, Isabel, Gwendolyn, and Truly, assisted her in getting ready inside the comfortable mountain lodge. The scent of pine and roses filled the air. As Truly awkwardly pinned her mother's veil, laughter erupted throughout the room. Truly stepped back to observe her and said, "Mom, you look like a fairy queen." Christine's eyes gleamed as she grinned. "Thank you, my love. I feel like one at last." David was nervously adjusting his tie downstairs. He knew that today was about giving Christine the happiness she had always earned, even though he wasn't used to all the attention. Janelle came over and gave him a big embrace. "I think you're good for her," she smiled. "You offered her peace once more." Outside, a glittering lake encircled by wildflowers was visible from the ceremony area. Every seat was claimed by close friends and family. In an effort to help Christine on her special day, several of the Brown children from Kody's previous marriages had even arrived. There was a sense of finality and fresh starts in the air. Christine's golden dress shimmered in the afternoon light as she walked down the aisle as the music started. Her steady, loving, and caring gaze met David's. Tears rose in her eyes, but they were tears of appreciation. Today, we witness not just a union, but a rebirth, two souls choosing each other freely, without fear or doubt, the officiant initiated. David took Christine's hands when it came time to exchange vows. He whispered, "Christine, you showed me what courage looks like. You taught me that love is about choosing each other every day, not about dominance or duty. I swear to preserve your joy, your freedom, and your heart." "David, I forgot what true love felt like for years," Christine said in a trembling voice. "However, you reminded me that I deserve happiness, to be noticed, heard, and loved. As your partner, your home, and your equal, I swear to walk by your side." When they shared a kiss, the audience exploded in cheers. The air was aflutter with confetti. Janelle dabbed at her eyes. Mary even grinned, a tiny, sincere smile of calm, as she stood silently at the rear. There was a lot of dancing, eating, and laughing at the reception that night. Under a string of golden lights, Christine and David performed their first dance together. "Our Day Will Come" by Amy Winehouse was playing softly in the background. "Do you believe Kody will ever change his mind?" As they swayed, David asked softly. Christine put her head on his shoulder and grinned. "Perhaps one day. To be honest, though, I've already come to terms with it. Now, this is my life. My pleasure is no longer reliant on other people." The stars glimmered above them like favors. There, with her kids, her friends, and her new husband at her side, Christine felt free, really free. She stood barefoot on the grass outside the lodge as the night came to a close, gazing up at the sky. She muttered to the universe, "Thank you," because Christine Brown wasn't just surviving for the first time in a very long time. But as the sun sank below Flagstaff's red rocks, a gentle wind blew across the Arizona desert. From a distance, the once strong tie between the Brown family appeared to be an illusion that was impossible to maintain. Kody Brown stared, looking out at the beautiful horizon from the window of his large but lonely house. Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin were all sending him texts on his buzzing phone, but lately, just Robin's name seemed to bring a grin to his face. He convinced himself that it wasn't that he didn't love his previous wife. However, he was drawn to Robin like a moth to a flame by her cool demeanor, her knowing patience, and her conviction that their multiple family could still function. Kody had been spending almost every evening at Robin's place for weeks. Everyone understood the truth, even if he said it was just to help with the younger kids. Robin's home had become his comfort zone. What everyone else was already thinking was first said by Christine. "You say you're the husband of all four of us, but Kody, you live at Robin's," she observed, crossing her arms as they sat down to a rare family supper one evening. "That is favoritism, not plural marriage." Kody's mouth clenched. "You know it's not like that, Christine. Right now, Robin just needs me. She's taking care of the house. The children," Janelle interrupted in a calm but forceful voice. "Don't we all?" "I'm lucky to get a text once a week now because you used to help me with the bills, the kids, and the garden." Mary said nothing. Her eyes gleamed with silent pain as she stared. She had long realized that he no longer valued what she had to say. The guilt of Robin, meanwhile, was conflicted. Despite her intense love for Kody, she sensed the animosity the other spouses were harboring. She said, "Kody, perhaps you should spend a few nights with the others," as she and her children watched an old movie late one evening on the couch. "I don't want to be hated by them." His brow furrowed as he turned to face her. "They don't despise you, Robin. They simply don't get that I'm acting in everyone's best interests." However, his heart knew the words weren't true even as he spoke them. He wasn't doing what was best for everyone. He was doing what was easiest. The breaking point for Mary eventually gave him a call a few weeks later. "Kody," she replied, her voice shaking, "I'm at my breaking point. Being the leftover wife is getting old to me. You claim to be our spouse, but you've already decided who you want to spend your time with." Kody took a while to reply. He surveyed Robin's living room, where her kids' laughter reverberated. The warmth there contrasted strikingly with the frigid stillness of his past connections. "Mary, I never wanted this," he muttered. "However, I'm unable to be in 4 locations at once." "Perhaps I haven't tried." Mary said, "Perhaps you gave up trying." Everyone realized as the months went by that Kody was spending nearly all of his time with Robin. Sometimes he would stop by Christine's to discuss their older children, or Janelle's to see how things were going financially. But these visits were awkward and short. "I deserve a husband who's present, not just in words but in love," Christine said as she packed her bags and relocated to Utah after experiencing heartbreak but persevering. Janelle put all of her efforts into her profession and her grown children, concentrating on being independent. Ever hopeful, Mary made an effort to stay in touch. But she realized deep down that her marriage had become a thing of the past. Robin was both happy that Kody was with her and sad for the price she had to pay as she watched everything play out. Robin questioned quietly one evening while seated next to a flickering fireplace. "Do you ever miss the others?" Kody gazed at the fire. "Daily," he acknowledged, "but somewhere along the way, I lost control. I ended up shattering everyone's hearts, including mine, even though I believed I could love equally. With the exception of the roaring fire, the house was silent. Echoes of love and laughter from bygone eras were carried by the night breeze that blew through the desert outside. Things were never the same. Even though the Brown family continued to get together on occasion for holidays or birthdays, Robin and Kody's intimacy became the new normal, and the other spouses established new lives focused on independence and self-love. Kody frequently reflected about the dream that began it all in his quiet times, a family bound together by love, faith, and trust. Now, though, it was only a dream. Greetings and welcome to my channel, dear viewers. I'm Sabrina. I hope you're having a great day. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video.